Welcome to On the Trail. I'm Steve Evans. Right now, I'm at the very starting of the coastal hiking trail in Pukaskwa National Park. It's taken me a long time to actually get to the park, and before I even start this, I want to show you what I had to go through. Alright guys, if you're watching this part of the video, then you've already seen the first part where I've arrived in Pukaskwa, and it's probably Sunday afternoon. Right now, it's Saturday evening, around 7:45. I left Toronto at 6, and I got about 1,200 kilometers to drive up to Pukaskwa. My plan is to drive basically all through the night, have a nap for 4 or 5 hours, and then finish my trip to Pukaskwa. There's nothing like the wonderful weather of the northern Ontario. Oh, it's just letting up a bit. Hopefully this won't be around when I'm hiking. Good morning guys. Thought I'd give you a little update on what happened yesterday. I drove about 8.5 hours until I got to Sault Ste. Marie. Slept for 4.5 hours in a truck stop parking lot, gassed up. Got some breakfast in the morning about 7:30 and left. It's now 8:15. And the drive from Sault Ste. Marie to Pukaskwa via marathon, I think is about 5 hours. So I should be there in about 4.5. Weather looks good. It's a lot easier to drive when it's bright outside than last night when it is pitch black and I'm afraid of a moose shooting through my windshield. So I'll keep you updated. Oh! Hey! Woo! Well guys, that is exactly 1,136 kilometers and almost right on 14 hours. Time to check in. So here we are at campsite 38 for the night. I got a beer open. Got my car, which is basically also my tent for the night. It's actually one of the reasons why I bought an Element, is because you can turn the seats basically into a double bed. And I'm just going to sit here and do nothing until tomorrow at 5:30 when Keith, the water taxi guy, picks me up for the low price of $500. Yes. Did I mention he's charging me $500 to take the water taxi from Hattie Cove to North Swallow? That's a good deal.
Crosby, it's a boat. It's a boat.
There's my ride. Oh, is there another? Oh, I guess it's down this little trail here. Yeah.
Just walking right off the top.
yeah, I just want to make it easy.
See if you're any good.
Keith!
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How's everybody this morning?
We're out on our 8th day. So nights.
We're taking our time.
You are. Yeah, we're doing some very short nights. It's a dog's vacation. Yeah.
Right here is 55 feet of water. Get to the boats and then go in. Okay. Ready to start. And there should be there's a little bit of a something flag or something in there too, just up. But you can see a.
Okay, so it's official. I'm starting the coastal hiking trail. Been wanting to hike this trail for many years. It was closed for bridge repairs and a bear attack actually. But open for the last couple of years, I just never got around to doing it. So it's 8:30 on the dot. Let's see how far I can make it. So almost immediately you can see that the trail is not very well traveled, which I anticipated. And as a matter of fact, I'm like 17 minutes into the hike and I'm not even sure where the trail goes. I think it goes down there. We'll find out. So we're only about almost 2 hours in, minus a half hour because I got lost. But the trail is generally a little bit of up and down. It's overgrown a bit. Very similar to Lake Superior Provincial Park, the coastal trail there, obviously, because it's just a couple of hours south of here. And then as the climbing, I guess they've installed some ladders to go up and down. But look at the view out here. I gotta get myself a kayak or a yacht maybe. I go with a yacht. So we're about just over 2 hours in actually. Came across a girl walking her big white dog, and it was running ahead of her. I thought it was a wolf. It freaked the living hell out of me. And it was great. She's paddling up the harbor. She's staying, I guess, at Hideaway Lake, which is right here. And I'm going to continue on forward up to the next few. Looks like we got a little bit of a water crossing down here. But these views are gorgeous. Just stopping for a piece of beef jerky and a sip of my lemonade. You can see the view behind me. It's actually incredible. Oh, someone's yelling at their dog down there too. Coming up to 1 o'clock. I've got lost for half an hour though, and I actually talked to a nice couple for about half an hour. They're gonna let me stay at their campsite at Fish Cove if I can make it to mine at White Gravel River in a decent time. We're about probably an hour away. Should indicate that I'm gonna keep going. Trail just spit me out over, see, to the rocks here. So I guess we'll be following the coast right here. You know, as you come out of the woods, you walk on some of these beaches, it's tough to find the entrance back into the forest where the trail continues. What Pukaskwa has done is they've hired permanent beach rangers. And one of them is here now to ensure that you don't miss the trail. So I'd like to thank you for that, man. Okay, have a good day. See, there's a nice sandy beach over there. I heard that's where there's a undeveloped campsite. And that is White Gravel River Bay. Well, anyway, it's where the river comes out. This is my campsite for the night, but it's 2:15. Likely just going to stop for about an hour and head on for a few more. We just had a little shower right there. Hopefully it holds off until I get off this ridge. A lot of this type of terrain reminds me of Killarney, just with the lower elevations. But it's a beautiful area, that's for sure. Alright guys, it's 6:30, which means I did 8.5 hours of hiking today and covered about 27 kilometers according to the map. I'm at Fisherman's Cove. The couple that I met at White Gravel are actually the ones that booked this campsite, and they were nice enough to let me stay here with them. They're actually not here yet. They were doing a side trip to the end of North Swallow and then were on their way back. The downfall is that there's two campsites here. There's a developed campsite and there's an undeveloped campsite for the paddlers. But the paddlers got here before us, and they were nice enough to steal the site. And they've got 5 huge tents. I would say they look like they would be for car camping, and they've taken up all the room. So we have the worst site. When they get here, I'm going to offer to move my tent. I'm not sure how big their tent is, but it's a little bit of a bummer because it's kind of nasty out as well. Although it is letting up a little bit. If it lets up a little bit more, I'm going to run out and try and get some wood off the beach. See if we can't get a fire started, dry out some of the gear. Good morning, everyone. It's 7 a.m. right now. I've been sitting up for about 15 minutes contemplating whether to actually go out and get my food and stuff because it's just so friggin' cold. I made a mistake yesterday in my mileage. I only did 22 kilometers, and I have no video of last night because the guys that stole my campsite ended up being the nicest people in the entire world. They fed me, had a huge fire. I hung out with them basically until 11 o'clock, and hopefully get some video of them today. There's another reason why I don't want to leave my tent, and that's Slugfest. These guys, whenever it's wet, they come on my tent. Oh, gross. Oh, I hate them. Then they stick on my pants when I whip them off. So this is Fisherman's Cove, what they call undeveloped site. It's actually very undeveloped and not very used, but the beach is very nice. Here's the little fire area. And here's the cove itself, which is actually fantastic if you guys are ever going to camp here. It's very nice. Now there's my my buddy Marty's kayak. Him and about 5 other guys are at the site right beside us, which is the developed campsite, which I think my friends had booked. Anyway, they're too nice to make fun of them now. I actually hung out with them all last night. They were fantastic. But I'll take you through their campsite this morning. They're probably still sleeping, so I got to be a little bit quiet. And this is the beach to the other campsite, but they're still sleeping. It's very nice. It's actually really nice. It's a guy camping on the beach, it looks like, too. Okay, so it's basically 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm going to try and do another long day today, 25 kilometers. And see where that gets me. I definitely need to stop at some point and dry out my gear. But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So after you leave Fisherman's Cove, you do a little river crossing that I detoured around and ripped up my pants once again. And then it's straight up to the top of this big hill here. To give you guys an idea of kind of the shoreline or the coastline, and when you leave Fisherman's Cove, I'm actually up on the bluff now, and down there, if you can see, was my campsite last night, and that's the guy that's camping on the beach with his kayak. So the trail ends up following this cove along the coast, and one of the reasons why parts of these trails or these coastal trails take so long is because you can see as the water splashes up on this narrow pathway of rocks, they become very slippery. This is kind of like a sprained ankles dream right here. I can imagine the amount of people that have twisted stuff. Anyway, so the going gets nice. This is going to be a good day. You can see the rock cairns. There's one right there, and then there's another one. Where are we? Oh, I had it in my eyes. But it looks like the trail follows this all the way around. I'm excited. No need to carry too much water because it's right beside you, and sun will dry out my my clothing a little bit. Let's do it. Alright, so we're at Willow Bay. It's actually very windy on the beach, so my plan of having a nap here is not going to happen. Now to get from Fisherman's Cove to Willow Bay, it's taken me 3 hours. which is longer than I had expected. So that might put a damper on my plans, but we'll play it by ear, and if not, I think there's a campsite at Shotwatch Cove or one of those other places. So if I don't make it to Willow River, looks like I'll be stealth camping. Let's see. All right, it's 12:30. I finished lunch. I met some paddlers that were coming in from Fish Cove, and they said that likely going to rain a bit. And when I look up there, that's what I'm seeing as well. It's not looking too good. Right outside Willow Bay, you're going to cross over this bridge, and the terrain should be easier now. Should is the key word there. Sounds like a dirt bike or something. Just came down the boulder garden to the even bigger boulder garden. You know what this is? Those of you that have been to Killarney, this is a miniature The Crack. Anyway, I don't know if filming this and doing this is a smart idea. I envision SAR. You know, I don't know about you guys, but when I see a sign like that, right beside a sign like this indicating a campsite right there, I would hightail it out of here. It's a nice little campsite right here. It's got some amenities. This is the bear invaded campsite, in case you're wondering. This campsite is between Shotwatch Cove and Morrison Harbor. This was an option for me if I couldn't make it to Willow River, but I just got here. It's 4 o'clock. Took me an hour and a half to get here from Fish Harbor, and I'm gonna take a look at the map, but I think I'm gonna push to Willow. I think I can do it. I think it's probably 10k, and I think I got 10k left in me. 4 o'clock, it'll take me 3 hours. I'll be there by 7. So, we're right at about 6:30 right now. We just came down that trail, wonderfully groomed as we're getting closer and closer. We got to cross the Willow River, and this is the new suspension bridge that everyone's talking about. Looks pretty fantastic, actually. I couldn't imagine crossing this river without it. Looks kind of deep. So let's give it a try. Ooh. It's got some sway to it. And we should be very close to our campsite now. This is beautiful, man. I don't think there's even anybody on this beach. The campsites are incredible. The view from my fire pit at my campsite. Today I hiked from Fisherman's Cove to Willow River for a total of 22 kilometers. It took me just over 8 hours actually. It was a tough day. My legs don't hurt necessarily, but my feet are killing me. There were so many rocks, and maybe I got to get a metal plate in the bottom of my shoes. But the campsite's great. I know I originally showed the first one down there, but this one was a little bit more protected from the if the wind picks up. Got a whole bunch of wood here as well. It's all beaver chew, so it's a hardwood. It'll burn great. Started a little fire. And the reason why I picked this site as well is that it's got this great little bench someone made, and when I put my pad down, that's going to give me a nice little relaxing lounger. My tent set up over there. I'm just letting it dry out because it was a little bit wet. Oh, morning has finally come. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I slept in. You know why? I met a couple yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before, the first day I was hiking, from Aurelia. Long story short, they let me stay at their campsite the first night at Fisherman's Cove, and I bumped into them now here at Willow River, so I stayed up last night until about 1 o'clock in the morning talking with them. And I blame them for my late start today. Saying bye to Willow River on the last day. There's Rob and Jody and their little dog Lentil. They are speed demons, so they will be leaving me in the dust. I'll follow up in the parking lot with them. So the time is now 9:15. We're on our way back to the visitor center. Like I said before, I got Rob and Jody up front with Lentil. And yeah, we can try and keep pace with them, but I suspect it will be impossible. So we're stuck in a little bit of rain. I gotta pull the rain gear out actually. I don't know if this is just runoff from the rainstorm or if there's actually a water source or something, but yeah, nice little waterfall comes into this creek. Oh. So I guess the final day, gonna be walking in rain. Don't mind rain so much on the final day. Woo! So there's Hook Falls, guys. My lens is getting soaked, so is my camera. But that's much more of a rager than I had anticipated. I mean, look at that. I'd like to hear from you kayakers or pack raptors if that's something you would do, because that looks fun. But I mentioned that I'm wet. It's a little bit wet today. Woo. So we're on bridge number 2 now. Over something like Chimichangui Falls or something. I'm too wet to pull up the map. But these bridges are so intense. Holy crap. Like, look at this thing. Oh, it's borderline freaky on this thing. Coming up on 2:30. I think we're really close to finishing the trail right now. I believe that this is Hattie Cove and the visitor center on the other side. Just came across this interesting bridge that makes me a little bit nervous. You know, it's sort of like half floating, maybe. And thought it'd be fun for you guys to watch what happens when things don't go right. Oh my god. How far is this bridge? How long is it? Oh! If I fell in this water, I would be the most unhappy camper alive. So the bridge takes you essentially all the way across Hattie Cove here, or through this marsh anyway. And I'm curious how they put this in, because I would not want to stand in here. Let me tell you. So after you cross over the marsh, there's a number of these boardwalks put up. But because it's just been raining, they are like ice. I've had, 5 or 10 close calls. And if you see how you want to walk here, you want to be real careful. Guys, I did it. I did it, my friends. Coastal hiking trail, Pukaskwa National Park. Complete. 3 days. Okay guys, that last day I covered about 16 kilometers from Willow River back to Hattie Cove, the Visitor Center. Trip is great. I would probably only recommend it for experienced hikers or those that are used to kind of uneven terrain, slippery rocks, it's kind of the type of trail where once you start, especially the way that I did it with the boat, you'd have a hard time getting off the trail, or getting in touch with some guys, likely no cell phone service. Now with that said, I don't want to deter you from doing it. It's a fantastic trail. I had a blast. It was a very social trail. I met a lot of people. I'd like to say hi to Rob and Jody and their little dog Lentil, who's just like the cutest little thing. Those 5 paddlers, Marty and the gang, great time hanging out with you. Thank you very much. The park rangers were fantastic. Stephanie, she's actually the one that gave me this. I don't know if you guys have seen this. That's right. When you hike that trail, you get the certificate of completion. I know it probably sounds repetitive, but as always, everything's going to be up on my website, trip report, gear list, and this video. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'm Steve Evans, and I'll see you on the trail.